We are live, I think. If I can get these. What's going on here? My Instagram phone looks all weird. Can you guys see me on Instagram? Felicia's on there. So on my end, I can see the comments, but it just looks blurred out. So that's weird. Well, we're live on 3 different devices once again. So crazy self, I've got 3 phones up here. Instagram for one phone, TikTok live on another phone, Facebook, and well, I'm glad you could see me on Instagram, Facebook and YouTube on another phone. So live on 4 platforms. So if you see me, I'll explaining. I've got 4 phones in a triangle here. So hopefully you can. It's all working, and no, the lens isn't dirty. It's literally just like it's blurred out as if it were like censored or something. I don't know. Instagram's weird. I don't think the lens is dirty. No. It's straight up like a software thing. But anyway, so if you see me looking not directly at the camera, it's because I'm trying to monitor 3 phones at once. And if I miss your comments, I'm sorry, because I might miss them. Because it's hard to see comments come through on all of the devices. But it's Saturday morning, and it's a beautiful morning. I don't know that the hoodie's necessary, but I'm wearing a hoodie just in case it rains. I got my coffee. This is necessary. I don't have my Texas A&M mug today because it was dirty and I didn't feel like washing it. I made it worse. Well, sorry. Cleaning the camera on my Instagram. Anyway, I can't see the screen at all on Instagram, but I can see the comments coming through. So, Saturday morning, the 25th, and it's the last weekend before Halloween. Believe it or not, because Halloween is Friday. So this is the last weekend to bring the kids out to the pumpkin patch that we have going on. So I got fall decor above me. So if you haven't been to the pumpkin patch yet, which I've talked to a lot of parents that have not brought the kids out to the pumpkin patch yet for whatever reason, this is it's not the last chance, but it's the last weekend chance, because essentially after Halloween, the pumpkin patch dwindles down. So we won't have the pony rides next weekend. We won't have the bounce house next weekend. We'll still have the maze up next weekend, but it's going to be November, y'all. We're moving on to other stuff. We're moving on to other things. So if you want to do the full pumpkin patch experience, got to be this weekend. So we'll have, I think Chickadees is going to be here this morning. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Usually they're here by now, and I haven't seen them pull up yet. Hopefully the weather's not got them down. But as far as I know, Chickadees is supposed to be here this morning. Ponies will be here this afternoon. So the pony rides, this will be the last Saturday for the pony rides. And then the pony rides will also be here on Sunday. So today, pony rides will be here from 12 to 5. And then tomorrow, pony rides will be here from 12 to 4. We're going to have the bounce house going. It's going to be wet until it's not. So that bounce house is sitting out there, and it got rained on last night. So we're going to blow it up. In fact, I might go turn those blowers on just so it can start drying. if you bear with me a minute, I'm just gonna run over there and turn those blowers on so that it can start to be drying out. And anyway, by like mid-morning, unless it rains some more, the blowers should be, the bounce house should be dry. So bear with me a moment. I'm just gonna run do that. Okay. Get those going. Found a key. Anybody leave a key out here? Looks like it's to a toolbox or something. What else? Okay, so Pumpkin Patch, it's going to be rocking. Another big news about Pumpkin Patch today is you have a chance to support Legacy High School Band by buying a hot dog or some chips or drinks or just making a donation. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. You guys are here early.
Yes.
There's a leaf right on the screen. So this morning, today, the Legacy High School Band is going to be out here selling hot dogs, chips, accepting donations, selling drinks, because they are raising money to go to London. They have a really cool chance to go to a performance in London and perform over there in something or another. So it's an expensive trip. So help out these kids. You can come. I think they're going to be here around 11 and they're going to be firing up those hot dogs. So come get lunch out here today if possible, or just come out and support them, make a donation. And it'll be fun. So that's another thing going on in the Pumpkin Patch today. And then ponies will be in the afternoon. All right, I'm going to turn the phones around. I'm going to turn the cameras around on the phones. And then we're going to walk out into the greenhouses. So let's flip that. Flip. Okay, that's one. If you missed the first part of the live video, I am juggling 3 phones at the same time, so bear with me as we do this. Okay, so everyone should be facing away from me now. Oh, I gotta adjust these cameras. It's difficult when you have a tripod with 3 cameras going at once, so hopefully you all can see something. Let me raise this one up. I'm trying to make it where they're all looking relatively the same direction, so it's not like when I'm trying to show something, so it's not like some of you on one platform can see what I'm looking at and others of you can't. Anyway, we're live on 4 platforms. Look at all this color out here, y'all. There's Poppy. What are you doing, kitty cat? What are you doing? And there's Petunia sneaking up on her. Get her. All right, so we had some people asking about these last week, these tall orange flowers. Do you know what those are? A lot of you do, but a lot of you have never seen them like this before. We'll get closer. Those are marigolds. So that is a type of marigold called Soshi, and it is often associated with Day of the Dead festivals, so it's not your typical marigold that stays short, which we do have some of those over there. These are like a tree marigold almost. They are right now about 6 feet tall. And there's Sylvester. Good morning. Somebody from Wisconsin. We got people from all over joining. It's kind of fun. So yeah, we're going to see a lot of pretty fall color in the greenhouse today. We also did get a huge shipment of pumpkins this week. So we're not going to walk out there, but what are you doing, Sylvester? Oh, Sylvester got by Petunia. He didn't see her coming. So we got a massive selection of pumpkins out there right now. Oh, he got her back. He was like, sneak up on me, huh? I'll get you. That was a good one. I hope you guys were able to see that tackle. That was a great tackle. But anyway, someone was asking, how do you spell the tall marigold, like the variety? It is Xochi, Sochi, I believe is how it's pronounced. So late in the season, the last week of Halloween, or leading up to Halloween, what we found is people run out of pumpkins this late in the month. And everybody is scrambling right now to buy jack-o'-lantern pumpkins or carving pumpkins. So we anticipated that, and we brought in a full truckload of jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. So if you're needing jacks, carving pumpkins, we've got them, and I don't think we're going to run out. So we should have enough to get us through Halloween, but you never know. We may have a big run on them this weekend, and by next week we may be getting sparse, because that does happen too. Secretly, that's what I hope is going to happen. That's just between you and me. I hope we run out. So if you are needing, I'm glad you got to see the tackle of the cats. So if you're needing some carving pumpkins, I would definitely get them this weekend or early in the week next week to make sure that we'll have them. So those are your standard marigolds right there. Someone was asking about the pony rides. They're going to be here from 12 to 5 today and from 12 to 4 tomorrow. So you got 2 chances at getting the pony rides. Let me show you one of these typical marigolds compared to one of the big ones. So here's your typical marigold plant. I hope you all can see this. We're going to walk over here to one of the big ones. Not only is the plant bigger, but look how much bigger the blooms are on these. Pretty cool. And I left my coffee over there. All right, so you can see we got a lot of color. So most of these mums are what I would consider at peak bloom right now, which is good. Late October, we want to see these mums bloomed out, but we do have some that are not peaking yet, and those are going to be like our Thanksgiving mums, and then we have some that have kind of passed their prime. So over here you can see some that are past their prime right here. So if you remember, mums, you only get about 2 to 3 weeks of what I would say is peak bloom. And then you'll start to see blooms fading like this. This one has already been deadheaded. So deadheading would be popping off the old blooms, the dried out blooms, because oftentimes you'll see that it'll have more blooms coming up and about to open. So you can deadhead mums when they start to discolor. So like on this one here, we've got a discolored bloom there. You can pop those off and kind of keep it a little tidier looking and keep them going for another week or so. And then oftentimes you'll see that there's new flower buds developing in different parts of the plant. So this one is on its way out of bloom, but it does have more buds coming up lower down on the plant that'll be opening up throughout the course of time. And then I'll show you some examples of ones that are not yet in peak, bloom. So this one here is not yet in peak bloom. It's going to be there in about 3 or 4 more days. It'll be in peak bloom because you can still see a lot of unopened flowers on them. And then we'll have, where did I leave my coffee? There it is. Look at these multicolors. Shoo-wee. Those are pretty. I love the reds. Every year, like, I get a new favorite color. Sometimes it's the oranges or the lavender, the pink. Sometimes I like the whites and the different yellows, but the one that I consistently go back to are these reds. They're like a bronze red. And man, those are pretty. Okay, but anyway, I was on my way to show you some mums that are not fully bloomed out yet, because those are going to be ones that are blooming for Thanksgiving. So a lot of you are wanting those late season mums because you've got company coming over for Thanksgiving. And so if you bought a mum early in the season that was fully bloomed out, or for example, like this white one, that's fully bloomed out. By the time we get to Thanksgiving, those blooms will have faded and it's going to be kind of done for the season. So if you buy this right now, Thanksgiving comes around, you got company coming over, and you're going to have to go buy another mum to replace this one that's bloomed out. You don't have to throw this away. Reminder, you can plant this in your yard, and it's going to be a perennial in zones 5 through 9, so it'll come back for you year to year. But if you're planning on hosting people for Thanksgiving, then grab one of these mums that is earlier in the bloom cycle. So you can see this right here. Most of these have not yet really started blooming, but they're just starting to crack some color. That is perfect. So that's going to be still looking good at Thanksgiving time. Even these ones are real early in their bloom cycle, these reds. So they're going to still be looking good. These over here are still going to be looking good. This is the stage when I like to buy them, when the buds are just starting to open. But man, look at these reds. That is nice. And that's the last of our whites. If you're wanting white, we have no more in the back. So whites always sell out before any other color. So those will probably be gone this weekend, I would imagine. But it is just a sea of color in here right now. And it looks like the rain is kind of done. So that is good news for those that have festivities and activities today. Of course, we always love rain around here, but with the high school wanting to do their fundraiser today out here, with the last weekend of Pumpkin Patch, we were really hoping we would get some clear weather today and some rain last night, and we got the rain last night. I don't know how much we got officially. I didn't go look at my rain gauge yet either. But yeah, hopefully the high school does really well out here with their fundraiser, selling hot dogs. Hopefully you'll get to come out and support, and it should be a really nice, cool day. Kids have soccer going on, so the soccer association just announced that they will be playing all games as scheduled today. So that's good news for the soccer families. Pansies are looking awesome. The crew has been restocking them as fast as they can, making sure that we have nice full tables for the weekend. And they're going to continue to stock them throughout the day, because now that it's actually getting cooler, people are finally thinking about planting pansies. And we actually do have some really legit cold weather coming up this week, it looks like. I saw one day, I think it was like Wednesday night, Thursday morning, where they're predicting a low of 40. So it is time to pull those summer annuals out. I know that your pentas are still looking good. You might have periwinkles that are still hanging on. Your lantana's probably going crazy. But if you have the annual variety of lantana or any of those summer annuals, this cold weather coming up it's going to start knocking them out. And so you might as well get ahead of the game, pull them up, get your pansies planted so that way they can get established before it actually turns really cold. It's also going to be time to bring in your outdoor tropicals. So if you keep houseplants, tropicals outdoors, they do not like temperatures in the 40s. So you might go ahead and start thinking about bringing those indoors for winter if you're going to overwinter them. Now, I see one mistake that I see people make is they try to overwinter things that they really shouldn't overwinter, because a lot of times it's just too much effort. So I've seen people try to overwinter like periwinkles, which periwinkles are a sun-loving, heat-loving annual. And it's not worth it to bring those into your house and try to nurse them along all winter indoors, because they're probably not going to live. It's going to be a ton of effort. And it's just not worth it, because you can buy them for cheap next spring again, and save yourself a lot of trouble. But if you have houseplants and foliage plants that are really nice that you can bring in for winter, and you have the space and the effort and energy to do it, then yeah, totally. And I'll be making a video of kind of some tips about overwintering your foliage plants, your outdoor tropicals. So some people do this with bougainvillea, some people do this with mandevilla, with their ferns, and some of the other outdoor tropicals over winter. But man, these pansies and violas are looking great. And there's Sylvester. So we got our starting to sell quite a lot of natives, because we've been pushing it. It was Native Plant Week this week, still is. So we've got some Texas Tough native plants over here in the perennials, and we got a ton of native shrubs out there and grasses. So people have been jumping on that. It's been fun. That's a huge mum. Goodness gracious. Poppy, go get next to this mum. This is easily 3 feet across. I don't know how to show you how large that is, but believe me. What are you doing? Just chilling? Man, that is a pretty one. So someone was asking, how long does a full bloom of a mum last? About 3 weeks when they're in full bloom. You'll start to get sporadic blooms as they open up for about a week. You'll get 3 weeks of what I call full bloom, and then you'll get sporadic blooms for another week or two after that. So you get 4 to 5 weeks of color, 3 of which are going to be really, really nice like this. All right, so we're going to make our way back up front because it's time to go to our staff meeting for the day. Hopefully a really busy weekend, last weekend of the pumpkin patch, of the full festivities of the pumpkin patch at least. So if you can make it out today or tomorrow, it's going to be a great time. The weather is nice. Earlier in the week, it looked like it was going to rain all day Saturday, but that has changed. It looks like it's just going to be gorgeous today. A little bit wet. That's okay. Oh, we just got all these camellias in. And those will be blooming soon. We just got some more azaleas in as well. And they are blooming. But yeah, come out and join us today. Please come eat lunch out here, buy a hot dog, or give a donation to Legacy Band to help them out with their trip to London. And we're going to be here all day. But thanks for joining this morning, and we will see you soon.